Hello, Mel's. Hello, hello. Welcome in. So, for those of you, I'll show this probably again when more people get in here too, but for those of you that aren't on Twitch, I went a little crazy because I, like, on my, like, little break and stuff, I did a lot of work in my room, including, like, going through all my drawers and sorting through stuff. So I found, like, 4 sticker packs that I had bought, like, ages ago. So I, like, when I was, like, on video chat with my friend, one point I was just, like, I just spent, like, a lot of time very, like, thoughtfully decorating my laptop with stickers. It was just really fun and fresh. Okay. So this is the new landscape. It's a lot. There's a lot happening. There's reasons, there's thoughts behind it, but Twitch was very excited about it. So, hi. I hope you guys are doing well. We are going to be hanging out. I'm going to be playing music because it's Patreon vibes, bitches. Hi, Sarah. Life is good again. So, the air fryer is going because I guess I walked out here. My brother was, thank you, Glenn. Yeah, I, like, blew dry it and took care of it. It's so frustrating. I did it like an hour or two ago. I only get like 24 hours of good hair before my hair is greasy, and I have people fucking talking shit and saying I look dirty or whatever. It's so frustrating. Even with, like, the new stuff that I do, like, my hair has kind of gotten to the point, like, at first when I started, like, doing the new shampoo and all of that, it did make it a little better, and it's still better than it once was, but it's just, like, so annoying because I was, like, on video chat earlier, and I was looking at my hair, and I was like, it looks greasy again. Damn it. Hey, what's up? Let me turn my camera off. Give me a second. Okay, come on in. I gotta get set up anyway. I like that, like, those new shirts you're wearing. I mean, it is winter, so I get why you're wearing the long sleeves, but they're, like, plaid.
Yeah.
But nouns, I like them. Are they comfortable?
I think they're a bit small on me.
Bit small. Would unrolling the sleeves help?
Oh no, this actually just helps so I won't have, like...
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Okay. Camera back on. I'm gonna turn on Spotify. So I made a new playlist because I'm exploring things that I've always wanted to explore and never, like, had the balls to with myself. And I went into a bit of a deep dive and I talked a bit about this on Twitch, but, like, I am fully invested in Sleep Token now. Like, I talked a little bit about it in the past, like a couple months ago, where I was really into that song, like, Take Me Back to Eden. And I started playing, I also added one other song besides that one, because I did, like, a very light, like, listen to a couple of their songs, and then I got distracted and went about my merry way. But I made a new, and he's really into Sleep Token too. And I was like, yeah, I've been in, like, because when I sent him, and if you guys watch me on Twitch, there might be some repeated stories. Sorry, but not everybody's on every platform, so I want to just kind of catch up to speed. But do you have a filter on? The view is hazy. It does say connection is unstable. Hold on. I don't have a filter. No, I don't do filters. I am very against filters and have been for a very long time. When they were, like, new on Snapchat, it is better. Okay, so I've been using my phone a lot recently, between my part-time job, all my, like, I've been video chatting a lot recently, like, a lot more than usual. And yeah. So what was I talking about? Sleep Token. I started digging deeper into their music. I'm obsessed. So, and it's, like, helped me kind of, like, bridge into, like, other similar music. Again, I'm obsessed. How's the job? It's good. It's like a kind of like semi unstructured thing. There isn't like set hours, um, anything like that. So, um, yeah. Let me see. Oh, and for today's video, what I wanted to do is play music. Um, I made bread on Twitch yesterday. This is the final loaf. I have a video that I need to edit, like finish editing and get up on YouTube. That's hopefully going to go live on YouTube probably Thursday. Since I'm doing a YouTube live tomorrow. But this is my homemade bread, so Patreon gets to see it first. A Patreon exclusive. This is homemade bread. It was from the same recipe book as the dinner rolls. And honestly, the recipe was fairly similar. It just had different like levels of flour and like I think maybe a little less butter. Not sure. But it had the same like scalding milk technique. And so spoiler alert, the other loaf is gone. And it was mainly not me. Levi went like he was just like he loved it. So that'll be in the video. I was actually recording that whole situation. But today I want to try making something I have never done. It's really simple. But I want to just make like grilled cheese with homemade bread and tomato soup. That just sounds really good. Like I've got the milk in the fridge. That sounds really cozy. Like it's cold weather. Like soup and grilled cheese just sounds perfect. And so I want to try like slicing my own slices. And my brother doesn't know that yet, so I'm gonna ask him. Well, he's making food. Shit. When he comes back out, I'll ask him what if he wants a sandwich or what his plans are for that. I don't know if he'll want any soup or not, but I am in a much better place now because I took time away. I've got therapy again tomorrow. Therapy's been really helpful. I haven't gone super in depth about some of the stuff that happened in therapy while I was on my break. But in some of it I won't, obviously, but like I like my therapist because she's helpful, you know, and she really does like help me talk through things and is like a decent sounding board. But she did say a couple of things like when I told my mom, like my mom was like kind of pissed about. One second. But because she said some stuff like she at one point told me like, you know, that I'd been in therapy longer than she had been a therapist and that she wasn't sure if she had the skill sets that I really needed to get the type of help that I truly need, but that she is able to like basically talk to me and like help me in like the talk therapy aspect. And that was difficult and kind of weird, and my mom felt it was like really unprofessional. Hi Laura, thank you. But yeah, give me a second. I need to go grab the recipe book actually. So give me just a second. Just scoop this chair out of my way. I also still haven't like I got the Scotch Guard. I still haven't done that yet. Which I have no excuse for that. I've had plenty of time. Like plenty of time. I just haven't. I have no good excuse or reason for that. I need to grab my recipe book. Oh, because that's the other thing I didn't say. I wanted to maybe like write out a couple of my recipes that I've workshopped, or that like, especially like I want to have like a handwritten copy of all my recipes, even some of the ones that are in this cookbook, and I'll like notate it like where I got the recipe from. But the goal is for like ultimately for posterity, for like my nieces and nephew. I just wanted to make sure you didn't walk into the kitchen and get caught off guard. Okay. Camera's off. Yep. But yeah. Okay. Oh, Levi, I'm about to make oh, that sucks. I'm about to make grilled cheese with the homemade bread. Do you want a sandwich?
Yeah, yeah.
How many do you want? Just one, since you're eating? Two? Okay. I'm sorry, that sucks. You make a really fair point, Bezoff. I'm gonna read that out loud in just a second. You really do make a fair point. It just, as the client, I guess I just had emotions and feelings about it. You know, it almost like sowed some. I don't know if insecurity is the right word, but it just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, but honestly, you really do have a very valid point. Sorry, give me a second. What am I doing? Who am I? Okay. Okay. So, a clinician being able to honestly acknowledge what is best for the patient, even if it is outside their scope, is better than someone lying about their capabilities and setting up unrealistic expectations. So, I agree. That's actually, I appreciate your perspective on that, honestly. I feel like that was insightful. Thank you. So yeah. Okay, this isn't the right book. This is my other book. Oh, there's the book. Oh, hello. Hello. Okay. What do I want to listen to first? We're setting the mood. I'm just gonna pick a random sleep token song, I think. Yeah. What's my volume at? High. Let me turn that down. Okay. All right. Hey, Levi.
Yeah.
Do you want me to make the food like sooner rather than later, or are you cool with waiting a little bit?
I can wait a little bit.
cool. Oh, that's not the right song. Okay, there we go. I get it. I've gotten answers I didn't like from a therapist before, but ultimately I appreciate the honesty. And I agree. Like, and I do. Like, there's an aspect of that, right? But I think it was also like kind of the how it happened. I get. I just was kind of like, it initially left a bad taste in my mouth, but that was weeks ago, you know? So I definitely want to keep that no bake cheesecake. I want to try to make another French silk pie in the future. Haven't made the cinnamon rolls yet. The grape salad, I don't know if that's in the recipe book yet. Let's see. Let me remember what's in here real quick. It's been a minute since I've brought this guy out. This is my favorite recipe book that I have because it has a hard cover. I love the other one with like the citrus on it. It's really pretty and it's bigger. Something. The strawberry topping, mom's kielbasa pasta, mom's lemon bars, our family chocolate chip cookies, mango guac, my mango guac, my dad's guacamole. I didn't write out the steps yet, and same with my pea flour. Okay, cool. So pretty much nothing that's in here is from, yeah. Okay, cool. I want to spend some of the time in here transcribing a little bit of this. I want to start with the cheese, or I want to start with the grape salad, actually. So I just wanted to chat with y'all and just vibe. Just chill vibes, you know. 2025 kind of sucked. I don't know about y'all. I don't know how y'all's 2025 was. I'd actually love to hear about it if you want to chat with me on that. But 2025 feels like a lost year. Like, I had a big highlight, you know, when I got to go to Vegas. And that's coming. I don't have a date, but I know a time range, and it's coming. Not anytime super soon. It's coming, and it's like looming, and I've been privately thinking a lot about it because I have not wanted to talk about it in depth on the internet for very obvious reasons. You're so reserved tonight. Are you okay? You think I'm reserved right now? Honestly, I feel really happy right now in this present moment. I feel really content and happy. But I think after what happened on my brother's birthday, a little less spicy. I like that. I found some peace. I've stopped watching all Grow World content. I sometimes read stuff on Reddit, but I do not read it like I used to. I do not engage like I used to. I have found so much freedom and peace in removing that toxicity from my life. And I am so happy about that. And I needed to not be in the depths of creating content to do that successfully. And it has I feel myself getting a little emotional. It has freed me in my last Patreon live. I mentioned my thoughts about like Amber and LCU, and I've made a promise that I'm going to keep. I'm not blasting screenshots. I'm not sharing DMs, but I have feelings about how she spoke to me, and I am not interested in engaging. I didn't even listen to the last voice memo she sent me. So I don't hate her. I don't have beef with her. I'm just done with all of it. And I have a lot of feelings and thoughts about why and I decided to stop like being a part of like the hater side of Girl World when it came to her, and why I felt and built compassion and all these things, and how I feel now about the chance I gave. And I've ultimately decided I just want to move past it all, and I don't want any involvement. And it's going to be difficult because I know how trolls work and how they poke and prod. But I am done. I am done with the conflict. I'm done. I don't care how it affects my views. I don't care how it affects my money. I care more about my well-being than money. And I feel that that is a key difference. So I think I'm more reserved because I am prioritizing protecting myself. That is my priority. The LCU stuff is shitty methadone too. Methadone? I don't know what that means. Like it's gotten me off that mess. Yeah. Oh, I see what you said. Oh, I like how you worded that. That's awesome, Rosie. So happy for you. Thank you, Mouse. She's not well. We can't. Yeah, I'm not going to discuss what she shared with me, but I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about it. I'm happy for you too. Nice job. Thank you. If it makes you happy, that's all that matters. Yeah, I'm going to focus on doing me. That's it. And during my like the reason I needed time away too is I think I'm ready to state this because I know this is Patreon, so it's not technically publicly. But people will find out, obviously, because I'm going to be snagged. It's always a thing. But I was seriously, very seriously considering legal action, and I built a case. And I had to decide if I was going to pull the trigger or not. About, because I looked into the statutes and what I would be allowed to do legally and what I would get granted and all of that regarding the cyber stalking of an individual. And I ultimately decided that I have it, and I hope that everyone in that section of the internet learned a lesson on how to fucking act, and I don't have to do it. And that's not a challenge. That's not a threat. That is just, I just was raised in a way where I don't like to get the law involved in my life. I don't want the government involved in my life any more than absolutely necessary. And I don't trust the justice system at all. And that was the reason that I was being weird and vague, because I didn't know what I was going to do. That's the reason that I went about things the way that I did. Because I have what I need to serve and everything. I have everything. And that's not something I've hidden either. But that's a very serious undertaking. And I hope that in my lifetime I never have to go through that process. But I will if I have to. And I mean that. You, do you think the email gave you a nudge to find peace, just asking not to offend? I'm not giving that man any credit for my work in finding my own peace. He doesn't get credit for that. I think it was the final straw. You know, I wasn't planning to talk about this stuff today, but I think I feel ready. I feel no desire to address reaction channels again, especially the ones that I started developing the dynamic I always said I never wanted. Oh, damn it. Let me turn off auto moderation. Bees, can you resend that? I want to read that. I want to read what you said, but it got deleted by auto moderation. Ugh, sorry. Genuinely, please resend that. I want to see what you said. I know you said he was a psycho, but I want to see the rest of what you said. Sorry. I turned off the setting, so it shouldn't happen again. I spoke to someone because I'm aware that Zachary Michael stated publicly that I DM'd him. I don't know what he said. I know it was on his Twitch, I believe. I know that a lot of it seemed clear to me based on the context of the conversation I had. He did not share what I said, and if I'm wrong, correct me. I genuinely don't know. I don't watch him, and I haven't for a very long time, and I would never will again. But my appreciation for the video he made about the person who was cyber stalking me was deep. I publicly thanked him. I said all of that publicly because I had no intention of contacting him until I was really struggling to find the original full stream that was deleted by the person who was cyber stalking me that had really important evidence in it. And while his video had the clips that would be very helpful and important, it didn't have everything. And I specifically said the only reason I contacted you was because I didn't know how else to get it, and if I could have found any way to not do it, I would. And I specifically mentioned that it was because of me trying to build the case and legal reasons, and that at the time I had no way of knowing if I was going to be able to get it. I did. I got very lucky, and I'm very thankful for how I was able to get it. And I give that person that I did a lot of digging and figured out a way. And I have it. I haven't watched it and I won't. But I did scroll through and looked at the usernames. And so there are some people that don't know that I know, or haven't known that I know, that they're buddy trolls, and now I know. But so one of them was in my Twitch yesterday, actually. But I hold a sincere gratitude towards Zach for that. It doesn't change anything else. Doesn't change anything else about the past. But there was a conversation I had with someone who contacted me when it happened, and it forced me to see things in a different perspective. And I realized that there was one thing in hindsight that I wanted to genuinely apologize for. And that was like when I said like the dog stuff. And at the time, I was angry and I had way more emotion attached to it all because I felt like so unheard, and it felt so unfair that it seemed like no one took into consideration the power dynamic of Zach being, at the time back then, my favorite YouTuber, and how I said something to him thinking our dynamic was one way, and he took it wrong. He took it away, however he took it. And then he just like exposed me in such a serious way. And it started this escalation. And when I did say the stuff that I read on a forum that other people said, in the moment, I took that as like not taking accountability for platforming it on my YouTube, which I did. I did do that. And I felt at the time justified in that. And ultimately, I took someone's interpretation of a stream I didn't watch myself as fact, and I used it as a weapon to inflict harm because I felt hurt. And that is something that I try really hard not to do. And ultimately, it was over a kind of slightly bizarre parasocial connection that, you know, at the time when I was oversharing with him, that time frame was when I was dealing with like psychosis symptoms, and I was like in and out of the mental hospital, and like it was not great. And I that doesn't justify the fact that I may have made him uncomfortable and all that. And I just struggle with socializing with people. And people love to like say I'm lying about being autistic and shit, but like I struggle with that stuff, and I made missteps and all that scenario. And it's been a long time since that all initially happened, and I've spent a lot of effort working on how I interact with people on the internet, and being very cognizant to not be weirdly parasocial or whatever. And I genuinely feel really bad, because it seems that was like what took Zach from just kind of talking about me to like being weirdly angry at me. And I don't think I saw it that way for a long time. And after this conversation, I hope to never say their name again. Genuinely. And I mean that. And I am sorry. So, for that portion of it, I have my own frustration. And I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, they monetize making fun of me for a living. So I'm not particularly interested in like even like apologizing like this or things like that, but it's not about them or that. It is about the fact that I made a mistake. I said that he's a complete psycho and he's going to fuck around and find out. It's not about Zach. Fuck around and find out with the wrong one someday, whether it's you or someone else. Yeah. Yeah. I hope you realize that you do have people all over that love you. Never doubt that. Thank you, Miles. I appreciate that. And I wasn't planning on talking about this today. I didn't even realize until the moment struck that I think I'd be overwhelmed to do this on Twitch or YouTube, and I know that being behind a paywall is kind of, I don't love that. I might actually make this replay public. I think I might do that. When I publish this, I think I'm gonna make this replay public. Yeah. It's a soft launch, yeah. I will, that's what I'm gonna do. I wasn't planning on this. So while we're here, I have some more things to say then, since we're here. I'm aware that Pulpy stopped reacting to me. Honestly, I was happy about it. I know people may not believe that. No one really believed me that when I said that I have not watched him in a long time, and I did see some stuff like when things were transpiring in December, but in the process of disengaging, I disengaged from him entirely as well. I understand. I don't think I fully understand why, but I think I understand a good portion of it, and I respect it because in hindsight, the word platforming in terms of the person I referred to as the cyberstalker's accomplice was probably not the best word, but to be fair, I was actively very traumatized by the scenario, and I was handling it the best that I could, and I was speaking in a stream of consciousness in a live format that had no editing. So, and again, these are not meant to sound like excuses. I hope that they're coming across as explanations of what I've seen in hindsight. And through talking through everything in therapy this past month, and just taking time to process and journal and use my coping skills and work on myself away from, and giving myself the space and time away from the judgment of people like Pulpy, even though it's the goofy, silly, fun kind of version of it, because it is the nicest version of it. And I've said that before, like the nicest of a mean bunch. I stand by that statement. But it was clear, and I always knew that he was not aware. And that was what was so difficult of when it first started, when I was first watching him, and it was like kind of just like a silly, almost banter in a way, I guess. I don't know another word for it. It was weird on my part too. I get that. And I've been unpacking that. But I genuinely, to this day, like, I don't think Pulpy is like a bad person or a malicious minded person who would have ever been okay with what that cyber stalking man and his woman accomplice person. I know that there's stuff around that on whether or not she was actually quote unquote accomplice, but I don't trust anything. So I'm just using the same vernacular I used last time. Because I'm not saying their names. So, and I also understand that my lack of providing that context can be confusing. And that was something that I remember Pulpy saying as well. But I also deeply respected the fact that when Pulpy talked about the situation, he didn't monetize the stream. And I will not be talking about him ever again moving forward, whether he reacts to me or not. That's not what I want to do. And I don't remember a lot, because when I watched it, I remember I was shocked at some of the things he was saying that were clearly like responses to, I guess, what some of the community had been saying to him. And I was shocked. And I mean, I don't know if it was just trolls like excited that maybe Pulpy had been like kind of brought into drama for the first time and we're trying to like make something happen out of that because that's just how Girl World is. But it blew my mind because I knew what I meant when I brought that up, and that was what he apologized and took a sense of accountability for, which was that like, you know, not knowing and understanding how I wanted to, and what I had tried to say prior when like no one believed me about her involvement and how gross she was on Twitter and like all the like his terminated channels where she was saying the most egregious shit right along with him. She has coddled him, she has protected him, she has platformed him. She is just like him. And so when she was suddenly around these like bigger channels that were giving her the attention because she was able to like rebrand in a way successfully before this happened, it was so hard because I just ultimately knew that like someone like him would not be okay with it, but just his general disdain toward me for how I'm perceived by these people made it to where there was no realm of possibility for me to be heard or believed. So I will not be apologizing to the other two people I mentioned because they know what they said to me and how they spoke to me that night. And I will never, I don't hold anger or resentment, but I will never forgive them. And the internet's going to believe what they want. And they will never know my full side of the story. They'll never know the lead up. And I want it to stay that way. And I wish them well. And I do mean that. I wish them happiness, and I hope that that happiness finds a way where they don't engage with my content in any way. Because that can't be good for them. Because I'll never forgive them, but I still love them. So. This was a very hard month for me. And the newfound general happiness I've been feeling is new. Coming out of a very depressive phase. Thank you, Mouse. Because I am not like the way I am seen by the people that hate me. And I know that with absolute resolution. And over 2025, I forgot. And I was way too involved in other people's words about me. I did not listen to people when they told me watching Poppy wasn't healthy. I did not listen to people when they told me that I should not overshare about the people I'm trying to date because I was so excited, and I had my reasons. But I was not prioritizing my peace. I was prioritizing my content. And I lost my way. Hard. I lost my way hard. And I needed to step away from the content. And so like the fact that the day before I came live again, I got this email from someone claiming that a bunch of my members got together and had a conversation and were disappointed in me for not making enough. It was the weirdest email I've ever read, and I genuinely think it might have been a buddy troll. And it could have been real, and if it is real, it was still inappropriate. How I was spoken to, because I went out of my way to make sure I made the Christmas content I had promised. I did my best to communicate as much as I could, and ultimately, if I'm not providing the content in the way you guys want, I've not complained once about the people. Yeah, I know we had a meeting about. I know that was the part that I was stuck on. I was like, what? Like, I literally had to stop myself and be like, that's. I know people call me parasocial, but what? Like, that was. I was trying to wrap my brain around that. And that's why I'm like, I genuinely question the reality. But, and I wrote an email and I was calm and I was professional about it, but I was honest. And, I never got a response, which is fine by me, frankly. But it's like, I did what I could, and I've already kind of acknowledged on Twitch, and I think in my prior Patreon live, like the guilt I feel about the people who subscribe to me on Twitch. Like, that was the ball I had to drop. I had to drop one. I still did Patreon to the best of my ability, even when I was on my break. I just, after New Year's, I went to my minimum promised content requirement, and you guys were used to me over delivering. So I understand how that could have felt like something was taken from you, truly. But I needed to prioritize myself. And so when I started getting responses from people basically giving me shit for doing that, it was frustrating. Like, because I had already decided that I was going to do the Twitch live yesterday before I read the email. You guys know I announce like day of, like in the morning before I go live. That's kind of my MO right now while I'm figuring out what the hell I'm doing. Thank you, Miles. I appreciate that. So ultimately, I guess to summarize, I am sorry to both Poppy and Zach for parts of how I handled that. I know that in the moment I handled it the best that I could. And I was speaking in a stream of consciousness sense, whereas if I was speaking in like a pre-recorded sense, I would have more time to have organized my thoughts. I think I'm having an emotional flashback to that moment right now, because it was so like, I was so focused on making sure my brother's birthday wasn't ruined. That's all I focused on to get through it. So sorry, Mouse. What did we say in this meeting? Sorry. It's funny. I love my brother so much. He's my younger brother, so maybe sometimes I do treat him like my younger brother. I don't know. He is the baby of the family, but I wanted to protect him. And I didn't want to because I just knew the fucking point was to try to guilt me into making his birthday about me again, because that's what he did last year. And I did it. I was so proud of myself. So, yeah. I think that's what I want to say about everything. I've mostly been gone sharp too, but for the past month, I don't know if you're referring to Girl World, but I've been out of the loop the past month too due to work. No more extracurricular meetings, please, Mel. Okay. So this grape salad recipe, I don't know how to transition out of the seriousness of that, so we're just gonna. But this is the grape salad. I made it a couple times. I love this shit. 3 cream cheese, sour cream, sugar, vanilla extract, and then you mix that up with red grapes, and you make like a brown sugar and walnut, like sugar nut topping. Oh my god, it's so good. I love it. But in new news, in case those of you who aren't on Twitch, I have a new friend. So, and I didn't share much, and I'm not going to share a ton of detail. But I did say that he has green eyes and he's 6'2", and we've been talking a lot. And like when we were hanging out on video chat, like on Discord, you can like share your screen and stuff. So like I was watching him like play Kingdom Hearts 2, which is my favorite video game, and it was so fun. And yeah. I'm not sharing tons of details. But like a friend or a friend. What is your guess, Robbie? And also, hi, good to see you. Also, guys, tomorrow's a YouTube live. Heads up. Plan accordingly. 6 p.m., bitches. Speaking of, I need to like schedule it. I meant to do that before I went live here, but I done diddly goofed. Talking phrase friend to see if it's next steps. Maybe some bonus video. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I didn't know a man could have so much emotional depth and maturity. That's all I gotta say there. Fucking sad. Okay, what shall we call the friend? Great question. I'll ask him what he thinks about that. I have a couple ideas, but I don't want to say them until I talk to him. If you guys have any suggestions, I'll take it. But you guys don't know much about him, so Mystery Man seems too cliche, but that was the first thought that came in my head. Not Ron. No. No offense to the Rons out there, but no. He's just so not a Ron. I think that's why. I don't know why. Ron just, you know, Ron made me think of like that guy. I forget his name, but like, it like, or not his name, obviously. Like how he's known on the internet. But yeah, it sure reminded me of someone. Red. That's an idea. I don't think it suits him. Like, he's really into the ocean. Mastro. I like that. He's really into music. He took like vocal lessons, and like a year ago. And so he took like vocal lessons, and in the vocal lessons, like they worked on like basically making music, and he made a cover of like a song from his. By the way, his favorite band is Sleep Token, right? So like when we first started talking, he asked me for my playlist, which I thought was really cute. I think that's really like that's like a bonding thing to me. And if someone tells me that I have a good taste in music, I'm like, tell me more. But he did tell me that, like unprompted, by the way, and I was like, yay. But when he saw Sleep Token on my playlist, he like geeked out, and it was really cute. And not in person yet. No, not yet. I'm not talking about where he's at. I'm not going into that stuff, but it'll happen. And I'm not going into like details about his life, like at all. That's the boundary I'm sticking to. But because like someone asked on Twitch about his job, and I was like, I'm not gonna talk about that, but what I will say is he's financially good. Good boundary to have, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And because I did say that yesterday, so I'm comfortable saying it again. Sandman, it's cute. I think I want his input before I like pick a name. But if you guys give me suggestions, and I'll write them down if like I think that he would actually like be into it. But he's a very private person, so he's happy with what I said yesterday, but that's why I don't want to like I want to take him into consideration. So. Sandman, because we know you dream about him. You said tall, green eyes, jolly giant. Well, he's very like slender, so I don't think the giant works. But yeah, I like the vibes though. Not Slenderman. Oh my god, I should have seen that coming. I'm gonna finish this recipe and then I'm gonna start cooking. Because I talked a lot and wasn't writing, but once I'm done eating, maybe I'll do like a second recipe if I feel up to it, or I might end it. I don't know. I think one of the things that, because I said I touched on this yesterday too, is like he's just like he's got a ton of interests and hobbies, and like he's like talented at them, like he's good at them. Like I was mentioning earlier, the song. It was a cover. I forget which song. It was a cover, and I was like shocked because like I've been listening to him talk, and I just didn't expect his singing voice to sound like that. It was so good. And he showed me like his drawings and stuff, and yeah. What can I say? I guess I'm just a little smitten, you know? It's just crazy, like, in the short time we've been talking, like, how understood he makes me feel. Like, he just gets me, which sounds so cliche, but, like, honestly, I don't know. I haven't felt like this. Like, in that specific feeling. Like, obviously, you guys have saw, like, when I met a couple other people in 2025 and tried. You know, the stars just weren't aligned, and they weren't supposed to be. They were supposed to be lessons. They were supposed to be seasons. They were supposed to be chapters. And obviously, I don't know what that's like with this situation for sure. You never can know truly, but in my heart, I'm just excited for the opportunity to find out, I guess. I was not expecting to get this, like, into my feelings. I've got, like, a sentence left. Thank you, Mouse. Okay. Girl Kate said. Honestly, I've been so busy. Like, when we first started talking, we, like, couldn't stop talking to each other. Like, we spent hours and hours because he had a little chunk of time, of downtime from his schedule, which ended, like, yesterday, I think. But you know, hold on. I want to move you. I don't want this to volume to overpower when I move it. There we go. Okay. Um, we've just been talking a ton, and I don't know. There's a lot I want to say, and I think if I keep talking, I'm going to say too much. So let's cut this bread. The thing about me is I'm terrible at slicing bread. It is one of the things that like detracts me from wanting to make my own bread. Cause like I would need like a bread slicer, or like what I would love to have is one of those like wooden bread knives where like it's angled in a certain way where it like has a specific like width that you can use to like measure and gauge for consistent slices. If I freestyle it, like yesterday, like by the end of it, my loaf was like cut like this, and I was like, oh shit. Okay, so and I'm already kind of doing it a little bit. Let me try this. There was one slice that was way too thick, and it was like difficult to eat. I was like, oh shit. Okay, so when I cut it, it was like fresh and hot. Incredible. It was incredible. I will eventually edit and get that up. But this is the sandwich bread that I made, and it's cooled, and it's like an awesome texture. Like it feels like sturdy enough for sandwiches, which can be kind of like the hardest part of trying to make your own like sandwich bread. I'm just gonna slice this whole thing. He wants 2 sandwiches. I probably want 2 sandwiches, so I'll just slice this whole thing and go from there. Yeah, I'm not being consistent. Take it over me. I guess what I will say, because I feel like I can say this, I think the thing that I like the most about how everything went down is like the way we initially met, which I'm not getting too in depth about. Neither of us had an intention of anything potentially like outside of friendship, but we had some common ground, and as we kept talking, it just like, I don't know. At the risk of sounding cheesy, he just makes me feel so beautiful. Ah, damn it! See, I hate when I do that. I'm actually gonna correct that. Ah! I haven't had this cold. All I'm gonna say, Robbins, is he reached out to me. Yeah, definitely better as like toast or hot, but I also think I should have added more salt. Not at all. I haven't been on a dating app in years, literally. I'm fixing this one. There we go. It's not perfect. I'm so bad at cutting bread. He just felt we had common ground about things I've opened up about in my life experiences. Okay, hey, I'm doing better. Is it used to being around people with ADHD? I know that playlist probably was all over the place. Robbie, you're funny. Yeah. No, he really liked it, but no, my playlist is crazy. The playlist I'm listening to right now actually has like a theme to it, like the style of music has a theme to it. Um, I made it like, was it last night? No, might have been the day before. Honestly, it was either or. To be fair, like for like just to kind of explain the vibe. I've got Sleep Token. I recently found Sleep Theory. I need to dive into them. Um, Words Are Worthless was the song like, that came up on, because like Spotify has like they call it like Smart Shuffle or something, and sometimes it's good. Sometimes I'm like, oh T. I want to dive into Bleeding Verse. I have some Cammy, Kehoe, Rory, of course, Linkin Park. I do have a few 30 Seconds to Mars songs. Don't shoot me. I know Jared Leto sucks ass, but they're nostalgic. I've got a little bit of Papa Roach, Nickelback, Hinder, Three Doors Down, Shine Down, Breaking Benjamin, Seether, Evanescence, of course, Jumpsuit Apparatus, Daughtry, Mayday Parade, Grey Wind, Chinchilla. I've got a couple like my two favorite Adam Lambert songs from like his like might have been his first album. They're nostalgic for me. Um, I need to dive more into uh, why am I struggling to remember how to say it? Adelita's Way? Adelita. Why am I should know that. That's weird. Anyway, let's see. Fall Out Boy, Bad Omens. I got some more stuff on here. Oh, Paramore. Duh. I need to go through like Pink's full songs. Like I used to listen to Pink a lot, and I haven't listened to her music in a while. But my actual playlist is just like a dumping ground for like, ooh, I like this song. Click. Like in a way of like, I have a threshold. Like I'll listen to something like, oh, I like that, but it's not going on the playlist. But if it goes on the playlist, that's a compliment. That's like, I'm like, that's a good song. Like that is my jam. You know, that's how I view it anyway. Rosie, I want you guys to understand how bad I am at this. Like, it's like, oh, I hate it. Like, look at this. I need help. Very evenly cut. Listen. It's just bread, no freaking out here. I know. You're right. I'm being hard on myself. Points were made, Bells. I want it to be like nice and even, and I lack the capacity. I don't know if I lack the capability. I probably just need more practice, maybe. I don't know. Or like maybe watch a couple videos for some tips and tricks on how to be more consistent. Like if there's like a special way I can do it. But oh, my brother even likes the ends. I'm not gonna eat the ends of these, but Okay, I'm gonna pick out the best pieces for the grilled cheeses. Okay, that's good. This one's a little thick. Ooh, this is gonna make a good sandwich. Yeah, that's mine. That's uneven. Ooh, but they kind of balance each other out. Like, see? If I like, when I go like this and they're both like, if I just flip it. I feel like I got what I needed to say off my chest earlier. Because it did feel like it was hanging in the air yesterday when I was live on Twitch. I feel good. I'm grateful. It's not a perfect loaf. I kind of reorganized the slices in a way, but I don't know, Robbins. Maybe. Maybe he is. I don't know. Oh, God damn it! Wait, what did I do with my brother's slices? Shit! These are it. Okay, good. I don't know, Robbins. It could be. He could have been in Twitch. He could have been like lurking on my Twitch. I don't know. I don't know. You play too much. Who, me? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? There might be nothing to spill, but there could be. Give me a chance. Look like them. Every drug, every medicine, but there ain't no pills for compassion. Ah, I'm so excited though, because I'm gonna make a ribeye tomorrow. Maybe you guys can help me decide what I want to make alongside the ribeye. It's defrosting because like I bought it months ago. Whenever like I haven't bought new steak. Whenever I went to Aldi, it's been chilling in my freezer. That's why I get like attitudinal about the response I got about my grocery hauls. Because I'm like, I swear to God, like half the shit I spent most of my money on is like still in my freezer. Because I was like buying it for like long term. Anyway, y'all heard me bitch about it enough. Let me think. am I looking for? What am I looking? What? I was looking for something. Whatever. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. Y'all, I'll be right back. Yeah, sometimes I do wash my hands in the bathroom, but I don't know. I prefer to like wash my hands out here. But did it start with a 10-minute call? Oh no, I start with an email actually. But no. Shout out to the person though. Thank you. You know who you are. That call was fun. It was nice. I was so excited when someone signed up for the top tier like that. I was like, yay! Okay. Alright, I need a knife and a fork. Okay. Hey, yo, I'm off camera like completely. I was like doing a little jig. Oh right. So I was like, I'm forgetting something. I don't feel like making soup on the stovetop, so I'm gonna make it the microwave lazy way. Okay. Wait. I'm just gonna butter all the bread first and like make up the sandwiches real quick. This is not rocket science. But I'm really excited. I'm actually gonna save this for when I need to like grease a pan or something again. I set this out to get room temp. My brother accidentally broke our blue butter dish during my break, which was sad. R.I.P. But low key, it kind of took up a lot of space. Yeah, I'm making grilled cheese with homemade bread and tomato soup for dinner. I don't even know if my brother likes tomato soup. I need to ask him. But I don't think he likes it enough to have his own can, though. But, oh, let me... Sleep Token is so good. Can we just... I'm going to be talking about Sleep Token a lot for a bit. I'm obsessed. I'm, like, and not just because a guy I'm talking to likes them. I genuinely have been wanting to look into them for a minute. And... I mean, it helps because, like, he literally knows, like, tons of lore and, like, a bunch about the band. I've learned a lot about Sleep Token, and I'm like, this is cool. Like, I'm obsessed. Like, I didn't even know about the concept of an anonymous band. I was like, that, like, well, I guess maybe, like, Marshmallow is technically like that. You're, like, or, like, Dead Mouse, right? But I don't know if those people's identities are known, but anyway, but I'm obsessed with the lyricism, honestly. Rosie getting obsessed with Sleep Token. By the way, we talked about you, New Name, because of how you were acting yesterday on Twitch. he thought you were funny too. We were both dying at the eggplant and taco friend thing you said. Bro, we were laughing so hard about it. Oh shit, Robbie! Yeah, but Twitch is like a platform you don't have to pay for, you know? And like, he knows what I do. He knows what happened last month. Like, he knows a lot. Like, yeah. Whereas your mouth can withhold the tea, but your face spills it anyway. It's like my kryptonite, man. Hate it. But I like being an expressive person, to be honest with you. How tall is he again? 6'2". I like my men tall. And 6'2" is perfect because that is when like the chin can just go on top of my head because I'm 5'6". When like someone hugs me, I love it. It's my favorite. You know what they say about tall guys? What do they say? I don't want to get banned. Auto moderation's off, girl. Also, you're a moderator. I should have seen that coming. I'm dead. Y'all are crazy. Uni! How have I never heard that before? That's so funny. Oh my god. Oh. I'm not confirming or denying anything. How do you know I even know that information? I've not said a word. Okay, I have secondhand embarrassment. Yeah, that's crazy, new name. You don't know that I know. You know nothing. In the end, made it through night. Who will tell the story of life? To remember your last goodbye. Well, I'm not going to tell you what I know either way. That's personal. Because if there's anything I learned from my most recent, like, talking phase, it was it was about how important it is to like taste things out. I know you're jobbing at me. Okay. I respect your decision to spill nothing with the way these crazy people like to dig. I like, you're fun. Like, that's the new name. Like, there's a reason you're one of my moderators. Like, I know it's a little parasocial right now, but like, I think you're dope. You make me laugh a lot. I love your vibe in my chat. I appreciate you. And you've looked out for me in multiple ways. I appreciate you a lot. So like, deadass, I know. I do, and I thank you for sharing that with me. But like, I appreciate you. Like, so many of you bring like incredible vibes, honestly. I love like engaging with you guys, because I know it was really hard, especially near the end there during like December and everything. Like, it was hard to not feel like so overwhelmed by the trolls and the negativity and the poking and prodding and all that. But like, I said 1,000 times, like, I keep showing up for y'all. Hey Abby, love you, girl. I was thinking about you and I meant to text you, but I've been wrapped up in my little world recently. What are your question marks about, Mouse? Not in the mood for that amount of screaming. I do love that song though, because that song has Amy Lee, Poppy, incredible vocalists, and then the Courtney girl, she's the one that does the screaming. She's definitely good at it, but screaming's a lot for me. Well, I was including you in that list. When I was saying like so many of you bring great vibes, I was thinking of you too. New Name and I, so side note, context, Abby and I have known each other for like 11 years. We're like friends. So that's why I was talking to her like that. And New Name and I have like talked privately, and they've helped me with some of the negative side of things in a way that I really appreciated. Just like providing the information I needed to know. That was public, but like that helped me. So okay, I just wanted to make sure like I think you're great too. Any of y'all that are just in here like authentically engaging with me, I appreciate it more than words can say, honestly. Ooh, I want to listen to this song. There's some songs I didn't have on my newest playlist that I haven't heard in a long time, and this is one of them. Oh, thank you, Laura. I'm so bad about my IG DMs, girl. I've been neglecting my IG DMs like hard, and I think I know why. But I'm gonna fix that soon because there was like I think a certain trigger feeling I was getting around checking my Instagram DMs. I'm not getting into that, but I'm gonna fix that. Yeah. I'm not used to seeing you. Oh, good, I am logged in. I'm not going to listen to it right now. I'm not going to do that to you. Don't worry. Oh, yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's just recent that I need to get back to. Like the past week. And I've responded to some people, but I need to get back to others. Why am I forgetting how to spell the word recipe? I was gonna say that's not how you spell it, and then the spell check popped up. There you go. Okay, I added an E that didn't belong. That's what I did. Okay, I was like, what? Okay, anyway. I can't I feel you all around me, come near me and breathing. Want to what I'm feeling. Okay. But yeah, I see you, Laura. I saw your message. Hopefully the open tab will remind me. Thank you for saying something. I'm sorry. Not it raining tomato soup. It wasn't that dramatic. It wasn't like a crazy amount, but like I just, ugh. That's annoying. Hold on, there's like little droplets. If I don't wipe these up now, I will regret it. You know, can I share a confession with you guys? Like between you and me? And the public facing internet that will leak this. But still. Being the size that I am, it is hard and expensive to curate a wardrobe that like truly represents like certain aesthetics. Like it is a huge investment. It is not easy. It is one of the many downsides of being in the size range that I'm in. And like when I was going through therapy and like self-discovery phases of myself, like in my mid to late 20s, I like when I actually was like finding a sense of identity and like reflecting on that stuff for myself, I realized that like, and I know this might sound crazy because of how I present myself, but because I feel like there's two sides to me with it. Like I like wearing light natural makeup and sundresses, but I've always loved like a rocker aesthetic, like specifically like there's this girl, her name's like Cami Payton, and I've followed her like for on the internet off and on. Like I used to follow her a lot more heavily than I do now, but she was a straight girl vegan on YouTube making like vegan cooking as like her username was like Supreme Banana, and she was someone I watched during my like vegan video hyperfixation phase of like 5 years. back in like my early mid-20s, and she was really young. I remember like she was very young when she started, and then she ended up like coming out as a lesbian. She ended up like kind of going through a bunch of stuff, and like she was like, it was all shown on her channel. I don't even know if her YouTube channel is like, if the videos are still up or not, but she ended up like started doing voice lessons. Like she basically documented, I watched her go through this like life journey from like really like growing into herself, and she went from kind of just like a, you know, kind of standard presenting girl to like becoming a full blown like punk rock singer essentially. And I almost like lived vicariously through that, because I thought like I would never have the kind of vocals to back that up, like to actually live that life in a way, you know. But like I've always felt insecure, I guess, that like I used to care more about whether or not people thought I was like a quote unquote poser, unless like I fit in a specific way or in a specific box, I guess. And but I've always like, and there's like, I have specific memories from like way before YouTube, when I was in Omaha, and like I was working on myself and stuff, and like dreaming about like what I would want for myself. And one of those things on like a more shallow side of it was like wanting to like experiment with like kind of like more crazy colored hair. Like I really wanted a nose piercing around the time I started dating my ex, and he thought they were trashy. So like I told him, or like, so I decided not to do it. Also, my mom at the time had very strong opinions about that, and I know that if I actually did it, she would still have strong opinions about it probably. But I'm old enough now that I just think she would just struggle to look at me for a little bit till she got over it. Probably. I don't know. I haven't actually asked her about that in a long time. Maybe she feels differently now, but that kind of stuff's not for my mom either. So I just kind of like was like, you know, I just didn't. Um, and I don't talk about it out loud a lot, but I don't know, like, it just, I started thinking about it a lot more now that I'm like, because I went on like a huge deep dive of the music, of like music, and like most of the songs on this playlist, besides like the Sleep Token songs, um, are songs that like I know and have listened to, especially some in the past, some were like on my current playlist. Um, I've always been into like, I guess I'm not even quite sure like what the words, like what the right words are, because like I've never felt like I was a metalhead, because like, or like a metal person, like into metal, because like I'm not really into like the screaming music, but I've always loved like the instrumental of metal music. I think it's gorgeous. And a lot of like the screamo songs have really um like artfully written lyrics and stuff. And I have in the past, like, you know, looked into that stuff and like all that, but just like I will literally get like headaches triggered from screamo music, which it's annoying. Um, but I don't know. I know it's probably really out of the blue for y'all, because I've never really like, I don't really ever express that part of me, because I don't know why I was so insecure about it, but I really was like super insecure about it. I'm gonna let that microwave for a bit. Okay. And then, but I also love being like girly with like the sundresses and like that more like, I don't know what word you would use to describe that type of aesthetic, but that's like I do like presenting myself that way. In 2025, I really feel like I lost my way. I was floating aimlessly. I honestly think it contributed to why some people kind of like stopped engaging in my content and like walked away, because I was just kind of going through the motions in a lot of ways. And I wasn't, it wasn't until very recently, like I watched some of like my older content, and it really resonated with me, like how much I kind of lost myself a bit. Like I was having fun in the lives, and in a lot of the times, and like having fun moments, and I was being myself, but I was being myself in the way of like I don't feel like I was being like truly my most, like my higher vibrational self, I guess, is the best way I can word that, honestly. Like if I'm being real, like 2025 was low vibrations for me. Like I had my moments, but overall, and like I was trying, I'll give myself credit there, but I was trying, but I don't know. I really had my head down in the sand in some ways, I feel. All right, I'm gonna wait a second. Is this hot enough? No, it's not. Damn it. Okay. I'm gonna wait for that to heat up for a second. I'm obsessed with this. They're so, like, I had like some areas had like little mini themes. Like, I've got the axolotl, the jellyfish here. I just thought those, like, some of them I just thought they were pretty, thought they were cute, but like this sticker specifically has a quote on it. When I read it, I was like, I love that. The quote is, with freedom, flowers, books, and the moon, who could not be perfectly happy, Oscar Wilde. I hope that's a real quote. It's just from a sticker pack. And this one says, don't worry, be happy. The sun. This sunflower here says, sunflowers still grow at night. Love that. So cool. This one says, you are the light of the world. And this one here that I have like under this is like, it's really, some of these are really cute and like understated. And this one I think is one of those. It says, everything will be okay. And then that just says like, oopsie daisy. But yeah, so I love the stickers. It makes me happy. But it felt low key like, I don't know, doing stuff like that, like coloring. Yeah, I did that because it made me laugh, and like I felt like it was reflective of my past, because I'm not into that stuff now, but it made me laugh when I saw the pineapple, and I was like, sure. Is this hot yet? Almost. What would you do Do okay. Actually, I think it's hot enough for grilled cheese. I don't want to burn it. I just wanted to you know, it's not making the sizzling noise when I'm putting the butter down, but it's fine. I wanted to fight, and for the rest of my life, what would you do? I've been very open today. That's another thing is I just really felt like I couldn't be myself truly for like a little while. Like especially the last like 3 months of 2025. I was struggling with that and I don't think I was conscious to it until recently. I was really struggling with feeling safe to like fully express and be myself. Like I was still I don't feel like I was putting on a character. I just felt like my insecurities were running my life and my decisions. And I was more concerned about other perceptions of others over myself. And I was deluded to thinking that wasn't the case at times, you know? And upon reflection, that like shifted for me. No, now this is who I really am. Break me down. In what way do you mean? Just that, like, consuming girl world content was creating a dynamic within me where I could, like, almost predict the hate comments in a way, or predict what the channels are saying, like, maybe not even necessarily accurately, but it really just over time it wore my spirit down. Like if I needed to stir something and my arm was moving too much, if I dropped something and if I forgot to pick something up, if I really just didn't have the spoons to shower, to wash my hair, even though I'm clean and I don't smell bad, but my hair looks greasy and I know what they're gonna say, and just and those are just a couple of like the more tame examples, but there's other examples that are far more painful and cruel. And it was like my inner monologue was becoming like a hate comment section, even though I like wasn't going on my own Reddit and I wasn't watching. Even like when I was initially like not watching anyone for a bit, like I was still struggling with it because I was still watching like content about foodie more specifically, and I was still like watching Amber, and just the way that those like communities like fueled my own narratives were still not healthy for me. Thank you, Brookie. I used to do winged eyeliner all the time. But with when my hand pain started, I shake a lot, and I used to be really good at a winged eyeliner, but when I showed some like pictures of myself in the past, like I used to do like a winged liner a lot. Actually, I got really good with like specifically gel eyeliner, you know. Thank you, Mouse. No, and I really like the fact like everyone that like stuck around and like still enjoyed. Cause like I don't feel like I was being fake. I feel like I was really misaligned. Ooh, yeah, I had a Stila like liquid liner pen before. Loved it. That was a long time ago though, but loved. Okay. It's wow. This is like this was not ready. This is still going. I love this song. I've loved this song for a long time. This was on my like original playlist that I brought over. It's Goddess by written by Wolves, I think. Yes. I need to dive into written by Wolves, honestly. I love this song. I'm so excited. I like to cook this to lava because it tastes better. And then like let it cool for a second. And you cook it longer. Because it tastes different. I can't explain it. If you don't cook it enough, if you only like just get it kind of hot, it's not the same. It's just not the same. Ah, this is gonna be delicious. I don't know, man. Taking the time away to not be constantly triggered and not realize it, like, because I didn't realize how much I was being triggered on a day-to-day basis because I'm so used to it. And it was like over the course of my break, I had a very like it was like a progression. It was a slow progression. It was a slow process. Like I would like after the initial shit, I would still occasionally pop in on like certain reaction channels, and it started where like it started out as like I'd get to 30 minutes in, and I'm like, I don't feel good. This why am I choosing to feel this way? And I would leave, and then I still come back because it was habitual, and then um it was like 20 minutes, 10 minutes, and then there's a couple times I popped in for not even 2 minutes, and I was like, why am I here? Like, I don't want to be here. And I would leave. And then it got to the point where I just stopped checking in. And I feel like I'm healing. And I think part of that healing is acknowledging that my choice to engage in things like that is toxic inherently. I've had to ask myself a lot about why I found it entertaining to begin with. And how my choice to do that and the choices I made have led to so much I wish I had never gotten to the point of. But no, I didn't straighten my hair. I blew dry it, but thank you. You're welcome to talk about off-topic, off-track stuff. I appreciate it, because I ramble. Y'all know me. I get on a stream of consciousness, and I just go. You know? Oh, shit. Is it? Okay, good. We're not burnt. Okay. I don't know why. I feel like this is taking way longer than it normally does when I use the not homemade bread. And I don't think that's relevant. I think it might be something with the pan or something. I don't know. I mean, it's going great. It's just normally it's like I swear it's like 45 seconds in, it's done. But it's just taking longer to toast, which I don't mind. But that is the Rosie I like. Quirky. Well, thank you. Did you get some applesauce? Actually, my brother did buy applesauce. There's not a ton left in it, so I'll only use a little bit since oh no, there's a good amount in here. I was gonna get like a little dipping cup of applesauce for myself. And I know my brother's gonna want some. Because I have tomato soup. So I use tomato soup as a dip too. But I want him to have more than enough. So since he's the one who bought it. But this should be good enough for me to get a nice little nibble. The fact you remember that about me, I appreciate that. I got like an 8-pound bag of oranges, so I'm going to eat an orange with my meal too. He did buy the cinnamon kind, which isn't ideal for this application, but still good, surprisingly. Plain sweetened applesauce is the GOAT for the grilled cheese combo. In case you aren't aware from like prior content, as kids, I think my sister started it. All of us use applesauce as a dip for like grilled cheese sandwiches. It's so good. Just trust me. Just if you can use regular applesauce to try it for the first time. But I also loved, I haven't done it in a long time, but dipping tortilla chips in applesauce. And I know I talked about the one I still do, I've done fairly recently actually, is Lay's barbecue chips with applesauce. I love using applesauce as a dip, clearly. I started doing that as a child. It started with the grilled cheese. Okay. All right. We got a thick one. Really? Heinz 57. You know, I'm not really familiar with that. And then a thin one, because I wanted to see if I had a preference. So I'm going to start making him these two. He might end up wanting more knowing him, but I'm going to eat and then I'm going to hop off. I just got a notification that I have some tasks available. If they're still there, I'm going to do them. While I wait for my friend to be available. I don't want to eat out of this big bowl. I know it saves dishes or whatever. I don't want to. This is my favorite soup mug. got a plate right here. I have the wooden cutting board here from slicing the bread. I'm just using that as my plate. Okay. I think I'm gonna try the thin one first. Oh my god. Shut up. I know it's just a grilled cheese with American cheese, but that's how I like my grilled cheese. Shut up. Oh no, I'm spoiled now. Now I know I can make this bread. Oh my god. What I ate yesterday was super good too. Damn. It's honestly not that good, like room temp untoasted, in my opinion, like compared to like grocery store bread. But when you toast it, when you have it fresh, when you cook it in butter, like like a like if I were to make like a panini type sandwich or something, like fuck me up. Honestly, the slow and slow is good because it's really like the cheese is fully melted, um, which is good. But all right. And in line the clubs I'll never get in. It's like the bottom of the ninth. Never gonna win this life ain't sure quite the way I want it to be. What you doing? Brand new house on an episode of Cribs. You know? I think I might prefer it with the applesauce. Or I think it just is the texture wise, I think it'd be better if I soak it in there. Like little, I use them like little grilled cheese croutons. How have y'all been? How is 2026 treating you? It's been kind of stressful. Especially for me because, like, my break came at a personal, literal cost to me. As necessary as it was. So, I don't want to spend much time talking about that for multiple reasons, but the biggest one being, like, I feel like I need to be producing content consistently for a bit before I start doing, like, the stuff I was normally doing, like, self-promotion wise and things like that. Right now, I'm just focused on showing up and being present, and having fun, and being myself. And I will say, before this live, I've talked to her a bit about her in the past. I was watching. She uploaded it like 6 days ago because I before, like, I want to say in the past like week and a half or 2 weeks, I've watched maybe in total like 4 YouTube videos. The past week, I haven't watched any like Grey's Anatomy or anything like that because I've been busy, and also I've been talking to someone a lot. So like all my free time was with that. Sounds good, Mel's. I think I'm gonna be ending this live fairly soon anyway, but not right this second. I want my brother's verdict on the grilled cheese. Mm. It needs more time to soak. I love to like pick the crust off. And again, like I use them like the croutons soaking in the soup. I like when it's thicker. You can taste the bread more. And this bread is a really nice flavor. Excuse me. I got some stuff on my face. I don't know. I feel like I'm really like particular about my food sometimes. Not picky, but particular. And like the thinner sandwich is definitely better with the applesauce, and the thicker sandwich is better with the soup. I don't make the rules. Except I literally do. But, you know. I'm shocked that's not burnt. That was sitting there forever. Alright, whatever. No. I ain't mad though. But yeah, Morgan Ruse, she's a TikToker that went viral a while back. She used to be like this hardcore party girl. And she's so funny. She's very dynamic. She's very kind-hearted. And she used to get into like crazy hijinks, and she was like a constant partier. And as time went on, she opened up more about her life and like issues with her mom and stuff. And like she went from like being a full-fledged like partier, like getting like she would go out every weekend, get like completely wasted, and to a point I remember sometimes thinking like, man, this doesn't seem healthy. And then she had a situation happen where like she ended up homeless for a minute, and like she was like sharing her life, and she went through this like huge awakening, transition. I'm not quite sure the word. And for the first time since I had like followed her, which I at the time had been following her for at least a year, if not a couple of years, like heavily. Like I watched everything she uploaded. Because she does this thing called Ruse Day Tuesday, where she would sit down and tell a story time about her weekend and all the crazy hilarity of her friend group and all this shit. And yeah, her name is Morgan Ruse. you'd have to scroll back a while and watch a lot. Like, because she first started on TikTok. Here, let me type it out. I love that I can do this on Patreon. This is her name. I don't remember her exact like TikTok handle, but she's got like almost 2 million followers on TikTok. So if you scroll back to like March 17th, I think it might have been either 2025 or 2024. I'm not sure. But that was like what kind of the point I started. But she had like a specific video that she had pinned on her profile about kind of be like the beginning of what ultimately led her to having like, she's got a fan base that's like pretty invested like in her story and in her life. Because she's very vulnerable. And like honest and I relate to her on like a personality way. She's very different from me. Like she's very thin, she's very beautiful, she's very like like per American beauty standards, she's gorgeous. And she was a partier, she just was extroverted in a way I could never. Another damn day and another diagnosis. But like when she had this situation happen, when she opened up about like the struggles with her mom, and then they ended up like oh shit, Rosie, don't leave your spatula there. Ended up opening up about some stuff, and then like she was gonna go, like she was no contact with her mom for a while, and they recently reconnected, and it was interesting watching that because like some people were like mad at her. I was like, y'all don't get too parasocial. That's weird. Like let her have a relationship with her mom, and like she borders pretty heavily on like the line of oversharing but respecting privacy. Relatable to me. And so it's been interesting, like because she switched over to YouTube. She has a YouTube channel now. And so I was watching her newest video, which was like an hour and a half long, and I was partway through it. And I had to like pull myself out of it because I was like, I started it, I was like, I probably won't finish this in time. But I was invested because like she's such a good storyteller. Like she really carries on the art of storytime content that's kind of died off. Like it used to be very popular on YouTube. Okay, this is done. Complicated. Yeah. Okay, 1 second. Fucking hate it. Those days were uncomplicated. I don't know what he said, but he said something. This is so good. I know it's like stupid simple. But yeah, I just really enjoy her as a creator. I feel like she has a really good moral compass. And she's just damaged, I guess, which is relatable. The one thing I was really excited about in her recent video is that she was finally talking about being open to actually going to therapy. Just no tea, no shade, she needs it. Relatable. You know, but I want to start working on my anxiety around leaving the house. I'm in a phase where my agoraphobia is really bad again. Like, it's really bad. I actually don't remember the last time I walked outside the door of either of my doors. It's been probably since I went to the courthouse, which was right before Christmas. That was the last time I left the house. I've walked outside to, like, at some point, I did go to, like, a very short walk. But I, just to, like, change of environment. But, the last time I, like, went somewhere, it's been, oh yeah, I mean, it's been over a month. And I've had opportunity. And I've turned it down. Because, like, obviously, like, I know I'm not in the terror that's happening in Minnesota, but just, like, the state of the world and ICE and I can't really get in depth about it. My mental health can't handle that. But I'm struggling, as are so many people, and I'm struggling also, like, within the knowledge of the privilege I have being white, you know, being English speaking. But what's happening is fucked up. And if any of you follow me on TikTok, I share a lot of stuff in my reposts. Some of it's fun, you know, but I share a lot of serious stuff, resources, firsthand accounts, what's actually fucking happening. Don't believe the gaslighting of our government. Parts of me want to ignore it sometimes and just not even bring it up at all, but I feel like that's how the Holocaust happened in a lot of ways. The complacency, you know? Yeah. It's just difficult to cope with the lack of control. Like, how out of control it makes me feel. I'm powerless. But anyway. Sure, it's only normal, but we do. I have to do my dishes. Lame. Relax, sit back, relax again. Kid from the fight, take the fight from the kid. Just sit back, relax, sit back, ba 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 da. Get out of the fight. Regular decorated emergency ablutions and contritions will remind me what you did when you wept from the ICU's Hall of Fame. Promotion on the journey again. Your regular decorated emergency. Contusions will remind me what you did when you once. I see you's Hall of Fame. Motion on the journey again. Can't take the kid from the fight. Take the fight from the kid. relax again. Can't take the kid. Fine, take the fight from the kid. Just sit back. Just sit back. Sit back. He is. I yelled for him and he said something. I'm about to go stand up and ask him what he said. Because it's sitting right here and he hasn't walked out yet. But he heard me and he responded. I just don't know what he said. So he knows that the food's ready because I hollered for him. I'm actually going to go do that. I just wanted to like start peeling the orange. Oh. He's playing Night Rain. Oh, on Twitch yesterday, my brother came into the chat. His username on Twitch is hypocrite_dragon, and he's scheduled to stream tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And he's gonna play Night Rain. So he changed his mind. He wanted me to talk about it. But unfortunately he's streaming at the time of my therapy appointment. I didn't realize that until, I didn't even remember the time was 3 p.m. tomorrow. So I'm bummed. I would like to be there. But did y'all see that? I just got whacked with some orange juice. Oh. Yeah, it'd be fun to try to figure that out on Twitch, Robbins, for sure. But I think he really does want to like keep his stuff like separate in that way. But y'all know he's on my channel, so I was there for his first stream that he did before we told anyone. It was fun because it was like me and my dad in the chat. I did have to like leave at some point because I was like doing something, but I stayed around for a good bit. And I was like, this game looks fun. Like I didn't know anything about Night Rain, but it looks really cool. In the winds feels like tragedy is at hand. Oh my god, I have not seen Nightmare Before Christmas in so many years. I need to watch that. We haven't actually watched a movie together yet, but we've been talking about movies we want to watch together, like, in that way, like over like, video chat, you know. And I remember I've mentioned The Labyrinth, Dark Crystal. There was something else I really wanted to see. I wanted to, because I don't think he had seen it. Oh, I don't remember. That's annoying. how long night rain takes. You know, it's honestly my like my bad that I didn't like give him a heads up I was gonna start making the grilled cheese. I just started making it because I was just like in the moment and not really thinking. But side note, I got so excited when I realized that the oranges my brother got were actually super delicious and like sweet, and like sometimes you buy oranges and they just taste like fucking sewage. I don't know how else to explain it. And that's a problem I used to never run into, but like the past few years specifically, I've noticed like an increase of that problem, especially when I buy them from Walmart. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but or if they don't taste like that, they just are like dry and not sweet and can be almost even bitter. And I don't do bitter. But these are so good. I've been meaning to look up like when is orange season. I always forget. But I appreciate your guys' support and patience more than you know. I understand that like why some people were frustrated and stuff about like the way I handled like the past month, but I didn't have a choice. I just had to handle it the best way I could. That's a good song. He's taking too long. I don't want to wait anymore. I think I'm gonna go. Because they're not even fresh anymore. But we have more bread. And he honestly knows how to make grilled cheese. Oh, they're still slightly warm. That's good. Alright. I appreciate you guys. Oh, I have to do my dishes before tomorrow's live. Lame. Have a good night, Roxy. Thank you for hanging out. I've seen your picture up in the views like almost all of the live. Thank you for hanging out with me. Appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for everybody who's engaged in the chat. Since I'm gonna make this playback not paid members, I don't have anything scheduled past Friday, but I'm setting the goal to go live on Patreon again this week. I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you posted on that. I definitely feel like I want to make it up to you guys too. So, I wanna. I just want to figure out like what I want to do fully, and I'm not in the groove enough to know what I think I want. I'm just not sure if bouncing around between 3 platforms is the best move, and I don't know how I want to change it. So as of right now, everything is staying the same. I'm not changing anything. I did mention on Twitch that I was considering the possibility of, I think I worded it as dropping Patreon, but I want to figure out a way to not drop Patreon, but restructure it. And it's going to involve me needing to just invest the time that I haven't yet into fixing my laptop and scheduling out that content. And I think like significantly reducing the price for paid content and like restructuring it. So I'm kind of like, I haven't even talked to you guys at all on the internet about like my thoughts on how I've been reconsidering the kind of content I'm making and things like that. So, and that stuff because like I thought I knew what I wanted to do at the, like near the earlier part of my break, and now I'm still not sure. So, I'm essentially stuck in this place where I'm struggling to make a decision. But once I make a decision, y'all will know. So, as of right now, everything is like status quo for how I've been operating on that front. So I will see you guys tomorrow on YouTube. We will be making the ribeye steak plus I think I might make some edamame. I don't know. Maybe we'll decide that together. I just don't have a lot of vegetation. God, and my brother's off tomorrow, so I can't like ask him to pick up any fresh veggies. I do have some frozen stuff. I could make some bacon green beans first. I have some bacon still. And I think I froze. Oh, I've been wanting to try the French style green beans that I've had in the freezer for a long time. But I've been nervous to try them for some reason. I get weird mental blocks like that where I get nervous to do something new for the first time. And then I realized like, oh, I was nervous for no reason. It was completely irrational and dumb and like it's not that big of a deal. But I still just like every time I go to do it, I'm like, no, like I'll just do something else that I'm like familiar with. But tomorrow would be a good time to do that because I will just be making a steak and yeah. Okay. I'll write that down real quick. Steak. I don't think I've ever tried French style green beans. Excuse me, sorry. He's still not up. I don't know how long night rain rounds or whatever they are work or how long it takes or whatever. But anyway, I will see you tomorrow on YouTube. Bye, guys.